Watch this video before bed and you are going to wake up to a text from them. Because essentially everything in your reality is entirely made up and is entirely a reflection of who you are and your current state of consciousness. And there's actually two ideas that I want to talk about today that is going to lead you to quantum leaping to the reality that you desire. Because honestly, sometimes we have doubts, sometimes we fear we can't do it, but who is saying that you can't wake up to that text message? Who is saying that you can't wake up to the perfect call asking you out on a date? And the answer is absolutely no one. And these two ideas are going to help you with understanding that. So again, you can quantum leap to the reality that you want. So the first one is from A Course in Miracles and states, "There are no idle thoughts. All thinking produces form at some level." And I want you to take this idea very seriously. So everything you are assuming to be is always reflecting. So right now, if we want to wake up to the text message, the first question that we can actually ask ourselves is, what are we currently assuming about our reality? How do we currently think we will wake up? What do we think our specific person is thinking about us? Or are they going to text us? What is our current thought on the subject? And we'll realize the reason we haven't already woken up to the text message is because all of our thoughts are towards the opposite. We're worrying and thinking we have to change our reality. And when you are thinking that you have to change your reality, you're stuck in a cycle of continuously repeating the same exact ideas. But the way out of this is to remember, all thoughts, how does it word it? There are no idle thoughts. And so start thinking upon what you want, start believing and assuming as if it has already happened in the past tense. So you've already woken up to this message and you'll start to see your reality mold to this new outcome. Most of the time we try to wait. We think, oh, once I wake up to the text message, then I'll believe it. You need to completely get rid of that thinking because your reality is in response to you and not the other way around. That's why the identity of already having it and assuming and stating to yourselves that it's already done matches the same idea Neville actually discusses with Abdullah when he was told, you're going to Barbados, or you already went to Barbados and you've gone first class. So in that mental image, if you've already received the message, you've already woken up to the message from your specific person, and it was an amazing message. How does that get represented in your mind? And you'll say it gets represented in the way of it already occurred and you're just meeting it in your reality. Because honestly, with this thought, let's say you've already woken up to the message. What can you honestly do to make that happen? Do you have to convince your specific person? What problems, what circumstances, what worries, what anxieties would completely evaporate from that being the case? And once you know you've already done it, and you're just meeting it in your reality, there's no longer this idea that you need to create it. In the same way, you don't create the supermarket when you go there, you just go there. That's the same outcome with whatever you're manifesting. You're not actually creating it, it's already created. You're just going there. And when you think of meeting anything you want in your reality in this way, now, for example, you can try it out with a text message and then make it to whatever you want, because getting a text from your specific person and being proposed to is the same to your subconscious mind. It finds no difference in actually bringing either of those to you. But if we practice on this, then you'll see your reality was completely a reflection of your assumptions the entire time. But again, there are no idle thoughts. And this is actually something Neville also discussed. Every time you are assuming a state, you are representing it in everything that you do. So the way you speak, the way you look, the way you smile, the way you act, the way you talk, everything is going to match that state. So when you already went to Barbados first class, when you already received the message from your specific person and you're just meeting it in your reality, everything about who you are is of the individual that already did it. That's why you don't need effort in manifestation. You just need to assume the state. And when you try to put in effort and stress and work frantically, you never get the outcome that you desire. Honestly, go into the comments and ask or tell me, when has a time that you worried or freaked out or acted frantic and it actually helped the situation. Now, think upon times in which you didn't worry. You kind of let it go. What things came to you, or when you think of your entire life, how did each of those circumstances work? And you'll realize that when you didn't worry, when you let it go, when you gave it to your subconscious mind, everything came automatically. But now, thinking of difficulty, here's the second portion of the idea that we want to act out, and it's to remove doubt. So the second quote from A Course in Miracles is, "Nothing is difficult that is wholly desired. To desire wholly is to create." But don't think of it as desire, specifically, as in to want. Think of it more as when you are fully in that fulfillment, nothing can be difficult. Let's say you truly want and decide to wake up to the message from your specific person tomorrow morning. You watch this video before bed and you make that decision, right? Nothing is difficult that is wholly desired. If you truly make that decision and make the conviction to live in that state, it can't be difficult. Your reality is a mirror. And would you say it's actually difficult for your mirror around you in your house, in your bathroom, and things like that to showcase what you put in front of it? The answer is no. Your mirror, any mirror, does not find it difficult to reflect that. And so the same thing is happening here. If you want to wake up to the text message or wake up to anything, you just have to have the conviction of it. You have to decide and basically wholly decide to be that individual. So again, think of desire like the true decision that you're making to be that thing, to have that thing. Again, you already went to Barbados first class and it was amazing. You are already texted by your specific person and they sent you the most amazing message. When you fall asleep in that knowledge and you live your reality in that way, your reality must reflect that. And the key word is must. It's not that it might. It's not that manifestation or law of assumption sometimes works. It works all the time and it is working at this moment. Your reality is perfectly reflecting what your current assumptions are. Return back to that first question. So if no thoughts are idle, if every thought or all thinking produces form at some level, what are we thinking right now? And does it match our current reality? Ask yourself, what are you assuming on your specific person? Does it match who they are? Don't say, well, I know them, right? That's not the case. They are showing up as how you know them and not reverse. I know our logical mind thinks, well, they acted this way, and then I'm assuming to be that person. No, all of your thoughts and beliefs take place within your mind. The way you describe your specific person is not how other people would describe them. And so if we think of that, we know the way in which we assume things to be is exactly how they show up, because our mind will always find a way to reaffirm our currently held beliefs. And so take a moment and almost accept responsibility for that, because that's okay, right? That's okay if you did not wake up, if you tried to wake up to the message yesterday and it didn't occur. That's okay. Once we wholly decide, once we already went there, once we already have it, once it's in the past tense and you're just meeting it in your reality, all worry, all anxiety, all fear, all doubts drop away. And then you return to that idea that nothing is difficult that is wholly desired. It will no longer feel difficult because you already have it. Your reality won't stress and be frantic in creating it because it's already here. And we just need to accept that. That's the only thing that you need. And also to remember, and this is the way I like to think about it, your reality isn't real. It's not real in the way that you think it is. It's not doing something to you and you're reacting to it. Your reactions are active creation. And even creation isn't even the best word. It's active expression. That's the best way to think of it. So don't think of your reality as something physical that's intruding upon you, that you have to alter or fix or whatever. It's expressing and coming from you, not the other way around. So imagine your reality as a dream. Anything can happen in a dream, and in a dream, everything is you. There is no distinction between you and the dream except psychological. Everything is of you. If you were to ask things in your dream why they place themselves there, they would be questioning the same thing. They would question it towards you. I don't know. Why did you put me here? That's the same thing in your reality. So when you wake up to no text message or text message, ask yourself, Why did you assume that? Why did you want that? When your specific person shows up in the way you want, that's your gift that you've given to yourself. That's the expression that you actually already had within that you're just revealing. You're basically giving to yourself what you've already had all along. So take a moment, really think about these. I'll go over the 2 quotes again, just as a quick review. So the first one is, there are no idle thoughts. All thinking produces form at some level. And number 2, to make it easy, nothing is difficult that is wholly desired. To desire wholly is to create. Don't think of this as difficult. Don't think of this as stressful. Don't think of this as something you have to work really hard for. No, you just have to accept it within your mind. And it is very simple, but sometimes it feels a little hard to keep it simple. That is all. Make sure to save this video, like it, subscribe, whatever, so you can come back tomorrow when you tell me all about the successes that you've had with your specific person. And remember, we might and can create anything. So don't just limit this to a text message. If you want to date with your specific person, if you want to text a call or anything, imagine it. It's already done. And don't worry about time, as the more we actually focus on time, the more time we actually create. So when you do this, don't think of it as time. Just make the assumption that it happens tomorrow morning, and then that's it. Let it go. Don't think about the countdown. Don't think about going to sleep. Don't even worry about if the message even comes, because again, if we already have it, we can't be worried for it. So don't stress. Don't worry. Everything must come in a way that we're believing. And so just make sure your beliefs are aligned perfectly with the idea anything can happen, because honestly, your specific person can text you right now. There will be people who watch this video that get texted in this video. So if they can do that, then I think you can wake up tomorrow with the text from your specific person. So comment below any questions, any thoughts, or even comment below exactly what you are creating or expressing with your specific person. As well as this, if you do want to send me a personal question, make sure to head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. That's where you can reach me personally. And remember, make sure to keep me updated on exactly what happens with your specific person, because sometimes when we ask for a little, we get a lot. So you may ask for a text message and get a date, get a confession of love, get a proposal, right? You can have all of those things because to your subconscious mind, it sees no different. So try this out and keep me updated. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by today. And I can't wait to see you in my next video tomorrow. And remember, we're still doing this November challenge. So make sure you are acting this out and again, coming back to keep me updated. Have a great rest of your day and happy manifesting.